What is going on, you guys? It's your boy Uncommon Builds, and we are back with another video. Let's get into the video.
Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter jelly time. Peanut butter.
Y'all already know how we do this. Mopar Insider shout out to Robert S. Miller. We are about to get into this. Stellantis freezes 2025 forecast amid tariff chaos, man. I swear, it's always something that's basically going on. And I know with these tariffs, it's not helping in any situation right now. There's definitely a lot of automakers right now that are scrambling pretty much. But since this is a Mopar channel, we're going to go ahead and get into it, guys. So once again, shout out to Mopar Insider and Robert S. Miller. This was released on May 1st of 2025. Automaker blames new U.S. import duties for rocky Q1 and uncertain outlook. Stellantis has hit the brakes on its 2025 earnings forecast, citing what it calls tariff-related uncertainties tied to the Trump administration's newly implemented 25% import duties on vehicles and parts. In a rough first quarter for the global automaker, revenue dropped 14% year over year to $40.7 billion. I think that's $35.8 billion in, is that euros? The company has since taken drastic steps to soften the blow, halting some European vehicle imports to the U.S., scaling back shipments of other imported models, and temporarily pausing production at key assembly plants in Canada and Mexico. The move has already had ripple effects. Nearly 900 workers at U.S. Parts plants were temporarily laid off earlier this month as Stellantis reassessed its North American operations. While some production has recently resumed, including at the Windsor Assembly Plant, where the Chrysler Pacifica and all-new Dodge Charger Daytona EV are built, the automaker says uncertainty remains high. Despite a challenging operating environment, we made early initial progress on our commercial recovery efforts in the first quarter, Stellantis CFO Doug Osterman said in a statement to investors on Wednesday. This includes higher retail order intake in North America and improved market share in Europe. The automaker saw global vehicle shipments fall 9% during the first quarter compared to the same period last year, mostly due to lower production out of North America. North America, long the company's profit backbone, took a major hit. Revenue dropped about 25% to $16.3 billion, and shipments fell roughly 20% to 325,000 vehicles. Still, there was a glimmer of hope. Stellantis reported U.S. retail market share is stabilizing thanks to strong sales from key nameplates like the Jeep Grand Cherokee and Ram 1500. These models continue to serve as bright spots in the otherwise turbulent period. The Detroit-based company is also dealing with internal struggles, including inventory pileups that have angered U.S. dealers, production cuts that sparked union complaints, product lineup gaps, and ongoing quality control issues. Stellantis is particularly vulnerable to U.S. tariffs because over 40% of its first quarter U.S. sales were imports. As soon as the new duties kicked in at the beginning of April, the company immediately paused production at several cross-border factories to understand the long-term impact. It's not just Stellantis feeling the pressure. Other automakers like General Motors, which reported earnings the day before, also expressed concern over their full-year financial outlook given the unpredictable tariff situation. While Stellantis only reports full earnings twice a year, its Q1 revenue and shipment data paint a picture of a company bracing for impact and hoping U.S. policy makers come to the table soon to work toward a solution. And there's no comments in here. That's what I like to kind of read to see what other people think about this article here. The turmoil, not only with Stellantis, but other automakers right now with this whole tariff situation. Again, like I said, this is a Mopar channel. You know, we talk about Dodge, we talk about Mopar, the Hemi, and to kind of see, the aspect of what's really going on right now. Whether or not they're going to blame the tariffs, and I said this in one of my other videos before, Stellantis has pretty much been declining in sales for the last couple years. And I get now that they want to, I guess since they did the EV or Tariffs, whatever he was trying to do with the company and basically make it go a different direction, that didn't help the situation. The 25% tariffs is also not helping the situation. So just like GM struggling, Stellantis is also struggling. But again, Stellantis has been struggling the last few years. And there's a lot of talk and discussion around all these new products that are supposed to be coming out for, Cdjr. We talking about the Durango, bringing back the Hellcat, the Challenger, the Charger V8 option, even the Dodge Viper, the Cuda, a 426. Like, there's so many different things right now that a lot of people are talking about, or that they have insider information on, which, again, like, that's cool and all, but at the same time, look at the mess that's going on with the brand right now, or just with the company. These Easter eggs and what is basically being hinted off this platform in a digital garage where they've got some images and people are trying to guess what's going on. They have to figure out what it is that they're going to do to basically become more profitable. As you heard and as you can see in this article, it has not been good. The decline in revenue, even last year, and I believe the year before that, like, it's a hot mess. They need to take the products that they have and that they have basically built and basically redo the whole EV. I'm not going to say redo the whole EV. Okay, we're not going to say redo the whole EV. You can have your EV options in there, but for example, we'll talk about the Hornet. I have yet to see anybody really running around here or driving around here with a Hornet. I've maybe seen like 4 or 5 of those, okay? Throw a V8 option in that, boom. Plain and simple, easy. Have your base model, your inline 6, your V8, whatever you want to do. I would say this, V8, inline 6, or V6, inline 6, V8. V6, inline 6, and then your V8. You got your V6 option, that's your lowest output. Then you've got your inline 6, that's a little bit your higher output, and then you have the V8 option that a lot of the fans are looking for and that they're basically wanting. This is really sad to kind of see and read about this stuff and basically what's going on. There was actually an article I saw the other night actually that basically showcased that the Durango and the Hornet were going to be some type of weird mashup. And again, like, nobody, I'm going to say this straight up, and if anybody gets in their feelings, it's okay. I don't care. But the Durango, the Hellcat, the TRX, the SRT Jeep, the Trackhawk, they're all played out. I'm sorry to say that. Those are all played out. They need to come up with something different. And that Hornet is the perfect example. And I believe it's an all-wheel drive. If not, somebody will correct me in the comments. But that would have been a perfect new platform to basically bring the new generation of V8 to the consumers. Like I said, you could have your 3 options, your inline 6, your V6, or your V6, your inline 6, and then your V8. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. And those things would definitely sell like hotcakes. And if we're talking about bringing back the Dodge Viper, the Cuda, the Challenger, the Charger, the V8 option, the 426, what else are they talking about? Like, there's so many different plans and so many different options that a lot of people are talking about. Whether or not this is true and whether or not these inside leaks are true with some of these YouTube pages that I've actually seen that I have watched, nobody really knows. And reading about the news with Stellantis and Cdjr, I'm going to be real. Like, at this point, I'm sitting here just like, well, hey, I ain't seen nothing yet other than them dropping these EVs. So whenever it happens, it'll happen. I'm just sitting back and relax. But I don't know. Y'all tell me what you think. That's going to be it for today's video, guys. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to also hit that notification bell so that way you know when I post another video. And that way you can go and check that out when I drop it.